One of the things that I love about the studio tour is that I really get to meet a lot of nice people. I love having people come here. I love having them experience the art, the place, my studio. And I love the questions that they ask. They ask really insightful questions. And inadvertently, I'll end up in a very intense emotional exchange, because something would have touched them, something would have sparked off a conversation about a personal experience for them and their art making, and it's very cathartic. It's very nice to know that you're not alone when you're a fellow artist, with a fellow artist, learning about them and their art. I mostly paint in acrylics. I actually really love acrylics because I'm able to have the thinnest layer with as much water and very small amount of paint, or I can add a lot of paint. So it's a wide variety of layers that I can play with. So sometimes I feel like it's watercolors, and sometimes I feel like it's oils based on the mediums, the different medium that I add to it. But it's really lovely, and I love that it dries fast. My process is slow. I paint very slowly, but it affords me to live with my painting. So I'm presented with a question or a quandary or a feeling or an emotion, or sometimes it's a dream. And I paint the dream. I paint the process of understanding what those are. And usually I come up with a vision, and then I try to figure out a way to put that all onto canvas. The piece that I'm currently working on is called The House of Tending, or Tending, T-E-N-D-I-N-G, and it's about caring for oneself, the most wild, tender part of yourself. This is part of the Little Horse series that I do. I have several other paintings that have little horses as the main focus, but usually there's a large human being in it, and I like that juxtaposition of the sizing for that. Horses are very tender and very sweet and important in my life, although I'm not currently riding. But anyway, this I started 2 years ago, and I had a surgery. But the important thing was recovering from that and coming back to looking at life differently and feeling altered in my life. And my husband's made a frame for me, and it has an echo from a previous Little Horse painting that I was very surprised. Sometimes I don't realize what's occurring in them until I have these moments of recognition, and so I learn along the way, and I'm not the same person when I'm done painting. And the act of painting actually does change one, and it's not just me, anybody who's painting. This studio space is a gift and a collaborative effort on my husband's and my part. It's a lovely, open space, although lately I feel like I'm outgrowing it, and there might be an expansion. But at this point in time, it's a really lovely place. I feel really close to nature here. I have a whole bank of windows here that opens up into our further backyard, which I love because it's usually green, or it's gold, or it's, you know, all the wonderful natural colors. And there's a lot of sunlight in here. It always is light and breezy in here. I moved to Three Rivers from living in Los Angeles after 14 years, and Three Rivers was my home away from home. It's the closest place that I've ever come to actually finding that echoes my own home back east. It's hills, and it's trees, and it's oaks, and it's rolling hills, and it's very peaceful, very quiet, very calming. I can think, and I can breathe, and I can create.